I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. See you there.
G'day everyone, Roy at Sunland Caravans. Welcome to another gorgeous day in paradise. Clear blue skies, nothing but love. Soaking up this sun, I have to tell you, been looking forward to it. And I tell you who else has been looking forward, Paul and Katerina. Paul and Katerina are really looking forward to seeing their brand new Sunland Caravan. Now this is a 19'6" blue heeler and I want to show you over. They've made, as usual, some changes to their caravan. So the changes that they've made really have been this bicycle rack on the front here, 2 bicycles. They've raised and put a larger toolbox on the front. They've raised it up so they've actually got the wood carry sitting down the bottom there. Actually, it's really nice effect. Have got the rear camera on this, double jockey wheel brace, ratchet handbrake, DO35, all ready to go. Big tunnel booth here. Guys, this is ready for you. It's looking good. Let's have a look through. I'm going to remind you again, 2 things here. RV mat manufacturer, that is important, and it's going to become more and more important when the new RVSA laws and rules come into play. We're actually in a twilight at the moment. They're due to take place as the 1st of July 2022, and if there are any manufacturers listening to this and you haven't got it ready, please do yourself a favour, go get ready for this because it's going to be really, really important. This has got an inverter fitted, so if someone has left their inverter turned on and there's an emergency, we want to remind people that there is the possibility of live 240 volt power inside this caravan. That's why we put that sticker on it. You may ask, why do I put this nice black handle right beside it? Well, it's simple. It's easy to get in the caravan. Come on, I'll show you that. Outside table, outside entertainment. Your Gerard Instant hot water now. People keep saying to me, why are you using this Gerard Instant hot water? If I haven't mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. These things are fantastic. All that's happening is the water's going in there, heating up when you want it, getting to the right temperature, and we aid that with that red water valve. But once it gets to the right temperature, you then use it, which means there are no tanks. If there's no tanks, there's no tanks to corrode. There are no sacrificial anodes needed, and you're not, as you do with the tank water, heating up water that you never get to use, or once you've used it, got to wait to be able to use the next time. This is instant gas hot water. It's the most efficient in terms of your gas. It's the most efficient in terms of your water. A beautiful unit. Let's move on. Now inside here, again, they've gone for the 3000 watt inverter and the 225 amp hour lithium batteries. Add that up with the 4 180 panels on the roof, and they've got bundles of power in this. You're gonna love it. That 450 amp hours of lithium, in old school terms, delivers a power of approximately the same as what you get out of 900 amp hours of AGM battery. Don't ask me to explain the maths and the logic and the science behind that. Just take my word for it for this, that you're going to get bucket loads of power out of these 2 batteries. Probably a good reminder to say, look, even though you've got lots of power, it's like having lots of money. You won't have a lot if you keep using it. Let's keep going around the caravan. So this has got a gas heater. The gas heater on this one, because it's 19'6", has actually been located under the bottom of the fridge location. So that's the outlet for that gas heater. You've seen all this before plenty of times. Now I did mention this on a previous video. Please, there's a reason why this cap exists. You put your other fitting in here that attaches your hose to it. When you're not using this, please take it off and screw that back on. There's a reason why it's there. It's to protect the filter and the pressure system that's in there. If you don't bother with that, you are likely to have problems with it. Which reminds me, always close those damn hatches over the toilet and over the shower. The amount of caravans I see driving down the road, not my brand specifically, but any brand, where they leave those hatches open, you're going to lose them. They're going to come off, they're going to break. No point in complaining about it, because you really should be closing them. I like the door because I like this very fine Mizzi mesh on the outside And then we've got this security screen on the inside, which means if I'm leaving this door as my major door, you've actually got protection from the outside. And then they've got these very good solid adjustable latches, and then they've got a particularly good seal that goes around the door. Now just a tip on this one, and I was reminded on this by my sister actually, who's just done a trip up the Cape, and she said, you know, Ray used that CRC on those seals and it really does help keep the dust out. And it's actually a very good point. If you go around and use CRC or the equivalent and just put some on all your seals around your doors and your hatches, it does give that little bit of extra protection. You're not going to get dust coming in. It's a good tip, and if you do it and save yourself all that red dust, you'll be thanking us for that tip. Okay, so let's go inside the caravan now. I'm showing you about the handle, and again, if you don't like this electric step, you certainly should. It's protected by a couple of mud flaps inside. Stop all the rubbish getting. We did get a customer the other day ring us and say, look, my electric step isn't working, you know, panic, panic, panic. We were able to tell him over the phone in a matter of seconds. He checked and discovered that he'd actually lost a wire on the motor there. He put it back on, and away he goes quite happily again, which is a good thing. Let's look inside. Again, queen size bed. This layout is so popular. Another popular thing is to have these hatches each side of the bed. I'm seeing more and more people asking that, and I don't know, we may even look at making that a standard fitting later down the track because it's become so popular. Alright, so another popular thing is to have the choice of either the hanging or the shelves inside these robes. You've got the choice, either or either. Again, they've done a great job with colours. So what they've gone is gone for the silver at the top with the silver handles, white down the bottom with silver handles, and it actually works really well. I'm probably going to spend just a couple more seconds talking about the dinette. We recently had to change at home, and my wife said to me, look, we're going to get a new lounge, and there's got the leather one or there's the vinyl one. The vinyl one's a little bit cheaper, and actually it's quite soft to sit on, probably softer than the leather one if the truth be known. Which do you want to go for? I said, well, there's no question for me, you're going to go for leather, and real leather, not artificial leather. Why? Well, it's simple. This will last for years and years and years and years and years. It's a beautiful, breathable product. So if I sit on this and I'm not fully covered, so my skin's on top of it, on top of this, it's less likely to cause me to sweat for a start off. So she said, well, you can always put covers over it. What's the point of putting covers on your seats? Leather's the way to go. If you're going to go for leather, go for the very best leather you can get. And believe it or not, I'm an Aussie fan all the way around, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. But actually in this case the Italians do it better. The Italian leather is absolutely fantastic. Their hides are beautiful, there's less flaws in the hide, and that's another thing you're going to find if you go for a genuine leather product. The chances are there'll be some sort of flaw in it. If it's stamped out vinyl, they're always perfect each and every time. It's not for a long time. So let's look at what they've done with the galley. So they've gone for laminate and a laminate splashback. They've matched the splashback to suit the overhead cupboards. Again, a really nice effect with these silver handles. But they've gone for a really dark, marblish looking laminate. Looks really good. But because they've done that, they've also done it on the table. And then they've matched up the ones each side of the bed. So the whole thing just goes from there to there to there. Looks fantastic. A little change these guys have made, which is a bit different, is they've gone for 3 Siroccos. They've got 1 Sirocco here, 1 Sirocco here. Those Siroccos facing towards the bed are actually a very popular thing, and then they've fitted another one just purely and simply for the seating area. Okay, not a bad move at all. So just moving around the caravan, 4 Seasons hatch, Ibis 4 air conditioner, and the fantastic hatch. I've spoken plenty of times about those fantastic hatches. I absolutely love them, and until someone comes out with something better, we'll be doing that as often as we possibly can. Now in the bathroom, we've got a motion detection light. So I don't often talk about this one, but this has the ability to stay on or become motion detection. The benefit of this light is you'll see it's a yellow light. It's not a bright light. So at night time, if you've got this turned on motion detection, get out to bed because you've got to come and have a wee or whatever. You don't have to wake up your partner with lights. This light isn't as bright, so not a lot of distance, but it kind of helps. Fitted with the 2.6 kilo top load washing machine, the big mirror at the back, flick mixer tap, and again they've gone for this white and silver look, which, you know, really when it's all said and done, this is never going to date. Another good thing about this too, by the way, if ever you want to change the colours in a Sunland later down the track, you can actually replace doors very, very easily and mix and match colours up, so you can keep it up to date with whatever the trends are, which is a good move. So we've got all the electrics up here on this wall, the inverter. Now these trip switches, when you're on mains power or you're on inverter, you should always check these switches are operating before you start using the caravan. Now, it's a little sticker that says use it, check them every 6 months, but talking to the people in the know and the high failure rate that these things have actually got a reputation for, my recommendation is you always check them. So checking them is very simple. If we put this on to inverter power now, and then switch that over, so now we're on inverter, you'll hear that beeping in the background. We know now the inverter's on. Before I use anything, I'm just going to press that button, see it trip straight away. That tells me that my safety is working on that system. If I was on mains power, the same thing would happen with this one, but because there's no mains power to go through to actually operate or check it, it's not going to work. So you've got to have your power on, either your inverter or mains, and then just check that. So when you come in, you're changing over to your inverter, do yourself a favour, just press that button, make sure that flicks down. When you're on mains power, again, come into the caravan before you start using the mains power, press that button, make sure that your safety switch is actually working, and that's going to protect you and your family or anyone else that comes near your caravan from the possibility of a 240 volt shot, and we know 240 volt can actually be lethal. So it's a fairly big safety feature to try and remember. Again, I'm going to ask you guys, if you're enjoying these videos, to please like, subscribe, hit the alarm button. Let me tell you why it's important for us too. In doing that, not only are you notified of the new uploads that we're doing, it also helps with the the YouTube algorithm, which gets more of these out to people. So you're doing us a big favour by hitting those 3 buttons. So for all those of you that the rest of the world that are doing it, please, I thank you very much, and we truly appreciate it. So again, contacting Sunland Caravans is very, very easy. You can get us on sunlandcaravans.com.au. You know the www bit for that. You can get us on Facebook. You can actually ring us, Brisbane 0754 92250, or you can ring my mobile 0410 574 127. You can come and visit us here at Caboolture. Now, if you do visit us, we would ask that you go onto the website and actually click and make an appointment. It's not because of any sort of inverted snobbery. It's purely and simply that we've got a limited number of staff and we're getting huge numbers of people walking in that haven't made appointments, and we really can't deal with them. The last thing we want to do is tell you that we can't talk to you or can't see you. And if you've been a victim of that in the past, I sincerely apologise. But as I say, there's a limited number of us and an unlimited number of you out there. So please do go in and actually make an appointment. So in the meantime, that's all from me for now. I thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you for the next one.
Outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. I'm going outback Australia. See you there. I'm going